Bitcoin's ecosystem absolutely exploded in 2023 and is looking to do the same in 2024. That is why in this video, we're going to cover all the ecosystem of Bitcoin, what it's done. We're going to talk about Ordinals, Lightning Network, and a couple of projects you might not have heard of. So let's start here. Exploring the Bitcoin ecosystem, a comprehensive guide. Here you can see here what exactly is being built on Bitcoin. This is per Q3 of last year. You see tons of DeFi projects, NFTs and marketplace, infrastructure, wallet services, and others. Now, there are four main key components to the Bitcoin ecosystem. That includes the Lightning Network, Stacks, Rootstock, and Liquid Network. And we are starting with the Lightning Network. If you're not familiar, the Lightning Network is a layer 2 payment solution that allows you to send and receive any denomination of Bitcoin for extremely cheap and extremely fast. Liquid's Bitcoin Lightning Network routing volume achieves record milestone. Liquid Technologies, which is a leading infrastructure and liquidity provider for the Bitcoin Lightning Network, as well as a holder of Bitcoin, announces the milestone of surpassing over 325,000 in transaction routing volume across the company's global node network. Since the initial launch of their first Lightning Network node in November of 2021, routing transaction volume is consistently achieving month-over-month organic growth at an impressive rate. Since leveraging AI to optimize and automate channel opening, Liquid's nodes have now connected to more than 1,000 channels across the network. And that is one of the companies that is building on top of the Bitcoin network. Then you have Stacks, probably the most well-known layer 2 in all of Bitcoin. So a few things they do. So NFTs, bringing NFTs to Bitcoin. Because of the relationship between Stacks and Bitcoin, NFTs created on Stacks settle to and are secured by Bitcoin. Then you talk about DeFi. Bitcoin DeFi is a large untapped market given Bitcoin's nearly $1 trillion market cap and increasing institutional adoption. Stacks is uniquely positioned to enable true Bitcoin DeFi. The Stacks chain is tethered to Bitcoin through its proof of transfer consensus mechanism. So all Stacks transactions ultimately settle on the Bitcoin network. And then you have BNS, Blockchain Naming Services. And this is something Stacks does for Bitcoin as well. So instead of having a wallet address that's got 1,700 names and letters, you can just have your name, your company, whatever your favorite phrase or meme is, .Bitcoin, and you can easily send and receive value there. Then next on the list is Rootstock. Now, what is Rootstock and how does it work with Bitcoin? This is from trustmachines.co. RSK, which is the name of their token, also called Rootstock, is a general purpose smart contract platform secured by the Bitcoin network. Founded by RSK Labs, Rootstock aims to address the shortcomings of Ethereum by leveraging Bitcoin's unmatched stability, security, and economic power. By porting its smart contracts over from Ethereum, Rootstock makes all Ethereum applications compatible with the Bitcoin network. Overall, the RSK network has three defining features for improving Bitcoin. One is scalability. Next is near instant settlement. And then, of course, the third one is the smart contracts. Now allowing Ethereum smart contracts to port over to Bitcoin is extremely valuable, as Ethereum is the leading layer 1, the most smart contracts, the most wallet addresses, the most liquidity, the most volume. And then we have Liquid Network. Now, what is Liquid Network? Again, from trustmachines.co. Launched by Blockstream in 2018, Liquid Network is a layer 2 sidechain that improves the performance and functionality of Bitcoin. With Liquid, users can complete fast, secure, and confidential transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. Liquid is another Bitcoin layer that builds technologies and applications on top of Bitcoin rather than altering its base. Additionally, Liquid operates independent of Bitcoin and has its own global ledger and consensus mechanism. An important part of Liquid is its solutions for Bitcoin DeFi. By sending Bitcoin to Liquid, retail and institutional investors can use decentralized finance services backed by the Bitcoin blockchain. This includes infrastructure such as security tokens, trustless swaps, private peer-to-peer payments, and more. Then you have this whole craze of ordinals. I'm sure you've heard of ordinals. Now, what are ordinals? Ordinals are essentially Bitcoin NFTs, and they're a way to inscribe digital content on the Bitcoin blockchain. The Ordinals protocol was launched in January of 2023 by Casey Rodarmor. Unlike NFTs on Ethereum and other blockchains, the founder wanted to create an immutable on-chain presence of a piece of art, text, or video. Ordinal theory concerns itself with Satoshis, which is a single unit of Bitcoin, giving them individual identities and allowing them to be tracked, transfers, and imbued with meaning. The number of inscriptions doubled every week for a few weeks. Then we have this one, Cointelegraph, how the ordinals movement will benefit the blockchain. There's a lot of back and forth in the Bitcoin community. Ordinals are great because they drive up transaction fees. Ordinals are bad because they bog down the network. This is not what Satoshi meant. It was supposed to be peer-to-peer. What are these stupid pictures doing on the blockchain? So there is a back and forth, and I'm going to show you a video from Marathon chairman of the board and CEO about why ordinals are important to the Bitcoin miners. According to independent developer Udi Wertheimer, Bitcoin NFTs will positively impact the ecosystem by improving its security and incentivizing builders to build on the network. Now, Anthony Pompliano did a great interview with Marathon's chairman of the board, and listen to what he had to say when asked about ordinals and Bitcoin inscriptions.
At a period of time, twice last year, in the May area, there was an initial surge when BRC20 tokens were first launched, where at one point we were earning more in transaction fees per block than the block subsidy. Right, so we were getting paid 6.25 Bitcoin in a block subsidy, and then we were getting paid 7 Bitcoin in a transaction fee. Then there was a lull, and at the end of sort of mid Q4, really November, it came rushing back, and it was the same thing again. And so the ideal goal, I think, of Satoshi when he wrote the white paper and designed the structure of the algorithm around the halving was that miners would eventually earn more from transaction fees than the block subsidies. And you combine that with appreciation in the price of Bitcoin, and you get this virtuous rising tide. And
so that is the important thing to understand here, is that eventually, and the year estimated is around 2140, the block reward will be zero. So what incentive would the miners have to continue to mine Bitcoin and validate the transactions? It's going to come from transaction fees. So you heard it there from the chairman of the largest miner. He did mention BRC20 tokens. Now, what are BRC20 tokens? This is from Coindesk.com. BRC20 explained how tokens on Bitcoin work and why they are so controversial. A couple things I've highlighted here. BRC20 tokens use ordinals, but not all ordinals are BRC tokens. This is why there are millions of ordinals, but just over 14,000 of these BRC20 tokens. Compared to simple peer-to-peer transactions, creating and transferring BRC20 tokens is complex and requires more space on the blockchain, which in turn would cause more transaction fees. Now, according to CoinMarketCap.com, we have the BRC20 tokens by market cap, total of about $2.5 billion in comparison to Bitcoin's value of almost $1 trillion. So we can expect these BRC20 tokens, these ordinals, to continue to move alongside Bitcoin. And is it a fair value to say that less than 1% of Bitcoin's total value trickles down to ordinals and to the BRC20 tokens? Probably not. We are expecting a massive growth in the BRC20 space, in the ordinal space, in the Lightning Network. So here is a list of some of the tokens. Do you have a favorite BRC20 token or ordinal? Let us know in the comment section below. We hope you enjoy this content. Make sure to check out our live show Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you in the next one.